Okay, we're back with session 23. I didn't do a recap last week because it was a very short session and I've been busy. But just so everybody knows, you guys started out one level below this in the temple and spent uh, quite some time figuring out all of the traps, items, loot, and whatnot in the last room with the doppelganger, where Murakana went kind of crazy. Then you guys came back to the only sealed door on the floor and put a gem you found in a desiccated mummy's corpse in the door, which opened it, and that led up here, where you found a new and improved Tloques Popolocas, and then you killed him. Also, Murakana both went into a rage, somewhat unlike his normal rage, during the fight, and also got turned by Tloques, so you guys literally beat him down into the ground and knocked him out to get him to stop. And that is where we pick up.
And he takes you all like a boss.
um, any questions or anything about where we're at?
Nope.
Yeah, did someone actually take the axe?
Seraph took it, yeah. Seraph did take it.
Oh,
Sarah
good.
probably also wants to know if there's any other loot in this part of the complex.
In a stunning development, Seraph wants to know is there loot. Teresa, are you playing Seraph tonight, or should I play Seraph?
You can.
Okay.
You have a question.
Yeah.
We never established if the axe makes me seek it out.
I would say you want it. Like, you know, part of the curse is that the axe, you are compelled to use it. And you're still attuned to it. So, you won't go into the Berserk Frenzy if it's not in your possession. How aggressively you want to try and get it is up to you.
Roger.
But you want it, precious.
He wants.
I don't know how I would do a Golem Armorine combo voice.
He wants it.
Oh, we go the deep route?
Probably.
I want my precious.
It seeks the blood.
Yeah.
I'll get you, gadget.
So, okay. So in this room, just to kind of paint the picture, you guys are standing kind of all gathered. Murakana, you're groggily waking up from being...
Beaten to an inch of my life.
Yeah. There is
Better
a...
used.
You're in the middle of 6 big pillars that go up about 40 feet. The ceiling is kind of in darkness. The pool, there's these steps leading down to this pool in front of you that is full of blood. It's not necessarily a deep pool of blood, but it's covering the floor. The recently deceased Tloques was drinking from it when you guys came in. There are 2 exsanguinated Yuan-Ti chained to the 2 pillars that you see. Looks like probably their blood is mostly what filled up that pool. And then you guys also did find Teddy chained to the wall, and I think Xandala actually blasted him loose. And so there's the 3 corpses, Tloques and the 2 Yuan-Ti, and then on the edges of this room, the cages are empty, but look definitely used. And there's a couple other skeletons chained to the other pillars, and there's actually, it looks like the skeleton of a dead horse on top of one of these gutters that goes down to the pool. And to the south are basically 4 prison cells. And then there is a stairway to the north that appears to have sunlight coming out of it.
Is it the actual north?
Yes, we are actually oriented.
Cool. I gotta say how much I hate the word sanguination.
Sanguinated?
Yeah, hate it. Hate it.
How often do I get to say exsanguinate?
Yeah.
As often as you choose to use it. I mean,
I feel like if I used that too much day to day, people would start getting suspicious.
Does exsanguinate imply that blood was taken from you, or that you just don't have blood anymore?
Blood was taken out. You used to have blood.
The implication of an action
don't.
removing your blood.
Correct. I believe that is correct.
Interesting. All right. Good to know.
Yeah, good to know. Moving along.
I'm very sanguine right now. I'm in my happy place.
No. Wouldn't that mean that you are pumping yourself extra blood?
No, because sanguine also means content and happy.
Oh, shit. All right.
I feel like there's a curve that relates to exsanguination versus sanguinity.
Maybe.
I think it's actually probably a U, right? Like the fuller you are of blood, the happier you are. And then you get unhappy as you start to lose blood. But once you start losing enough blood, you actually become happy again because you're just unconscious or losing consciousness.
Yeah, you stop caring.
Where's Lance Armstrong on that curve?
Who knows?
Super hypersanguine? Hypersanguine, right?
Well, and Keith Richards just gets his blood changed every year, so it's like going in to get oil. Okay, so
back to the topic.
There's a game
somewhere.
All right. Are there any boxes? Anything for treasures to be hidden? Because I know that's where Sarah's.
There are corpses.
Is the vampire bat still in bat form?
Yes, it is a big dead floppy thing that vaguely looks like the face kind of looks like you recall Tlokez's face looking, but this was probably some sort of serious transformation of some sort.
Americana just starts chopping away at his body.
You also mentioned that Americana had been turned. Is that like turn?
No. Dominated.
He was dominated.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying.
He was dominated to no effect because he was already insane.
Yeah, GM made a boo-boo. Jared said something stupid, so I dominated him. It wasn't an optimal play. It was just a satisfying play.
It was you said something that made me upset, so you're going to get punished.
Pretty much.
Little did he know that he was attacking random people anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think it's random. The frenzy says you attack the closest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that I did.
And he attacked the closest one still. That's funny.
So you are making a sanguinary mess as you hack that thing apart. Also, roll a Constitution save.
Oh, God. Where's my... So tired. Where's my thing? Why can I not find my book?
Your book?
I can't remember how to open up my page.
Under the actors directory, go to Murakana. Or I think if you just double click on your token.
Oh, hey. Constitution?
Yep. Okay, you pass. A lot of weird viscous blood on the outside of the vampire bat thing's body is splashing up on you, but apparently you're too angry for it to matter.
I'm going to go lick some up now. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
I feel better.
If you lick that, I'm gonna.
Is this his coffin over here?
It is
He
a
had
coffin.
Oh, okay.
Mara kind of takes one more chop and just walks away.
Is there anything in the coffin?
It is empty.
I feel like something is missing.
My token.
My axe! Where's my axe? Where's my axe? Ah!
There you go, Daminar.
Just look around in confusion as to who all these people are and what just happened.
What's
Do you have my axe?
come to be here in the first place?
Who, me?
Yes.
Well, I was walking in the woods, and two people who looked to be like monks knocked me out, and then I woke up in this chamber chained to the pillar.
Did they take your axe too?
It wasn't me.
I never had an axe. Who are you?
How could you never have an axe? How have you never known such joy?
My name is Sebastian. We're a group of adventurers who came to Choltz on a quest to end the death curse.
To do good.
Ish.
We came into this temple complex because we're on our way to visit a guardian Naga who is supposed to be at the very top, who will be able to answer some questions to help us on our quest.
Interesting. I am interested in what you're talking about, but I'm also still trying to. Theodore is trying to wrap his head around just everything that's going on and like being in the woods and then all of a sudden waking up here. He doesn't remember a lot about a lot of things.
Hmm.
Do you need some resanguination?
Perhaps.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm not sure that I can do anything to help with your memory, but you are free now and able to do as you choose. And we are rather deep into the jungle out here.
I'll probably just tag along with you guys for the time being.
Are you percepting something specific?
I'm looking for my axe in the tomb.
Okay. You do not find it.
Damn it.
For further introductions, I'm Daminar, loyal follower to Dolora.
Oh, okay.
Here's the sun man.
Oh, man of the sun. Interesting.
I
Okay.
am a monk, but not a monk that harmed you in any way.
That's good to know. Honestly, the memory of the monk is slowly starting to fade. I'm forgetting that monks even attacked me. I see you and I'm like, ooh, a monk.
Suppose that you might want to know who I am as well. Just know that I'm with these folks. You may call me Teresa.
Teresa, okay.
Hey, Sib. We are in the tomb with all the stuff y'all killed. Or shrine.
Well, there was only one of the corpses was created by us.
True.
Are there anything in these rooms?
So those 4 cells have very old metal. They're essentially jail cells. with metal doors with bars. The doors are currently shut. If you look in, you can see various skeletons and awful stains on the floor of various cells.
Out of character, is there an easier way to add spells?
If you add them to your character in D&D Beyond, that's the easiest way. If you want to add them a different way, if you go to there's a tab in the right side of the screen called the Compendium Packs, and if you go to the thing that says DDB Spells, it will open up every spell in 5th edition, and if you drag one of those onto your character sheet, you can add it.
Okay, I'm like doing this manually because it didn't go through in when I updated D&D Beyond.
Let me hit a button. Let's see if it works. And then let me go to your spell book.
Okay, there it is.
Okay, yeah, maybe it was just a refresh thing.
Okay, cool. Now I'm done.
Those doors are currently closed, Marcana. If you want to open one, you'll have to figure that out.
Kick it off its hinges.
Could do that.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
Is there a reason to go into those jail cells?
God dang. Terrible rolls.
You kick the door and take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
This is the second time.
Was that a critical fail?
No, you're very strong and you kicked a metal door and failed, therefore it caused injury to you, not the door. Like you kicked
Wait,
it.
Are these doors barred like bars, or are they like wouldn't like can we not see through them?
They're barred. You can see into them.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's just a dumb barbarian.
They have hinges on the outside?
We want open door.
I mean, they have hinges on one side of the door.
Can we pop the hinges with a hammer?
Try. 16, yeah, you kick that one open. As you enter that cell, you see what you can only assume is a smear of blood on the floor and a almost disintegrated skeleton.
Dusty.
Shall we proceed?
No, we've got to kick down all the doors. Apparently.
Kicked open another door. This appears to have a rib cage and a pelvis and more bloodstains.
I like how no one's going to stop me. I'm just going to do this door out door.
Everybody's just kind of watching you just kick
We're used to it.
every door down.
I mean, I'd rather have them attacking doors than party members.
That door is also kicked. The DC is 15. That's the target for these doors. This seems to have like an ogre skeleton or something otherwise oddly shaped. The proportions aren't right, and this skeleton is also on a pile of rotted soft tissue.
Did anyone inspect the corpse?
The corpse of Tlokez? Murakana hacked it up a bit.
The heavily mutilated corpse.
I was angry.
You're always angry.
Can I still do an Arcana check just to kind of get an idea of what this is?
Sure. You failed to kick the door open. Oh my god. Yeah, you kicked that one too.
Got it.
I would just like to point out, after you kicked them all down, that none of them were locked. You didn't even try to open the door. You just went straight to kicking.
Oh God.
That room seemed to have almost like a half human, half snake skeleton in it, and also bloodstains. So 12 on the Arcana check. This definitely looks akin to vampirism, but different. There's some influence to this vampirism that you're unfamiliar with. The body does appear to be dead.
Dead or?
It appears dead.
Okay. Oh.
It's mutilated and dismembered and not regenerating.
Just making sure, all things considered, she's saying things come right back up.
I mean, it's not like this is the first time you killed him.
Yeah.
We didn't
But
technically kill him the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
did
got
want to just.
yoinked.
But yeah, she did want to just like kind of figure out what the hell was that, and make sure it is dead.
Are you done?
You're the one
Yes.
asking if people are done?
Oh, no, because I need to pee, and I'm going to pee on the corpse.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yes.
If it wasn't dead before, it is certainly dead now.
Walks away.
I think we're rapidly heading towards chaotic neutral. I'm just going to start a counter in my notebook of how many things you do that are not good. And once we pass a certain mark, you are well and truly chaotic neutral.
Makes it not good. It's dead. It's just material at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm just making sure that if he has an afterlife, he's really pissed off.
Well, the lawful good characters are as far away from this crap as possible.
I don't.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready to roll?
I've been ready.
Yes, let's go.
We're sitting up by the door.
Anybody want to take a good hack for the road?
I'm fine.
She poked the dead. Can't remember what they're called. Yuanti?
Yanti.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone check these corpses?
Do we not? Thought we did.
Nobody has done anything except investigate Tlokas' corpse.
All right.
I would
will
like-
check the Yuanti on next too.
Oh,
Maybe Marikana shouldn't be the one investigating.
God damn it. Okay, so you find mostly stripped. The one that you're looking at does have a necklace.
Wow, that's bad. Oh, wait.
Well, I don't think you need to roll. He's wearing a necklace that looks to you suspiciously like a sending stone.
I'm gonna check the one over here.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
If you want to roll investigation, you can, but considering they're pretty much naked, like they both have a necklace that looks to be. Well, Teresa, you recognize what it is. I think maybe Sib might also, or I'm sorry, Gale might also recognize it if he looks at it. Just because both of you are familiar with the arcane, but it looks like a pair of matched sending stones.
I will take both. These might be useful. If we can kind of tune them so we can use them amongst ourselves, because if I recall, sending stones are between yourself and someone else. I wonder who they were trying to contact.
Each other?
It's unfortunate that they can't be risen from the dead in a conscious fashion.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate.
So the sending stones, when you touch a stone, you can use the action to cast the sending spell, which the target is the bearer of the other stone. They can be used once a day. I believe sending is 25 words or less, but we may revisit that later.
It is. It's 25 words or less.
I am reserving the right to change how many things can be said with the sending stone.
That's fine.
But other than that, these dead Yuan-Ti are naked.
Well, we can take these since they obviously don't need them anymore. And Teresa just kind of goes over the corpse she's standing over, kind of poking it, prodding it. This one isn't very good. Need something that's a little more robust. And she walks away. Well, she takes the one that's on the corpse here. And she does tell the others that these are sending stones and we can use them for, if we ever get split up. So she's holding on to one of them, and you guys can pick up the other.
You say stone?
It's magic.
Ooh, I like magic. Marikana takes the other stone.
Marikana chops off the head of the Yuan-Ti and takes the necklace off.
Oh my god.
That's actually perfect. That's in character. That's on brand. I'll take it.
That's beautiful.
Okay. Does anybody want to do anything else in this?
Yeah, leave this accursed place.
Oh, but we were just getting it home.
Yes, I agree. We probably should leave.
It's getting kind of stinky in here. I think the bat's starting to rot.
I agree. We should go.
Oh God.
You might not smell so bad if I had to chop them into so many pieces.
That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm about to activate the next thing. I'm just trying to. No? Okay. Things I should have figured out earlier. Fill types. Solid. Lines. Great. Close. Delete. Oh, shit. And in this episode of Tomb of Annihilation, the DM figures out how to control the system that he's using. Awesome. Okay. So you guys, I'm assuming you're out walking up the stairs at this point. Is anybody not walking up the stairs? I'll take silence as no. I'm going to activate a different screen. Can you guys all see the screen I'm showing?
90%.
Still loading?
Yeah.
It should have kind of a weird little square with a token in it and then an image of a temple below.
We got now, yeah.
Got it.
Yep. So as you guys walk... Go ahead.
Happy Snake Man.
Yeah. As you guys walk up the stairwell, you end up walking out on that picture below. That stairwell opens up onto the second to last plateau of this temple. And as all of you as the last person finishes walking up and through the stairwell into daylight onto the flat stone, if any of you take the time to look behind you, the stairwell actually kind of fades away and is just replaced by the stone surface of the temple, as if that stairwell was never there. And you can see that you're standing about halfway up this temple in the forest. You can see there's one flight of stairs left to climb. At the top of the stairs, Iku is waiting, kind of next to what you can just make out. It looks like there's probably a hut or a chamber of some sort at the top of the stairwell.
I'm confused, and I try to walk back down what used to be the stairs. Do I just keep walking on a plane then?
No, so like imagine that there were stairs coming up on like you were climbing up a stairwell onto a roof.
Yeah.
And as soon as the last one of you went through, the roof just turned into roof. There is no stairwell down into the interior of the temple. It has disappeared from this plane of existence.
I get down on my knees and reverently worship the sun, who I haven't seen in a while.
It's nice to breathe some fresh air.
See, your ball of fire hasn't gone anywhere.
A little more complex than that.
The surface. Please tell me someone here has watched Freeman's Mind.
Where are you, Iku? There you are. We have the whole cast here. It's a whole bunch of people.
Why does the map keep moving?
That is an excellent question.
It keeps like just going around.
Is it moving now?
No.
Or was it moving when I was populating your tokens?
Might have been moving when you're populating tokens.
I wonder if your camera zoomed to your token.
I think it probably zoomed to my token every time you populated a token.
And a token, yeah. Because there's definitely multiple times. We have 2 Sereths, too.
Yeah, there's 2 Sereths.
I mean...
One is too many.
Oh, I'll fight ya! No, there's Sereth. One Sereth. So as you get up here, you can see Iku's waiting. She looks kind of... She has a somewhat inscrutable expression, but she's on the whole happy to see everybody.
I wave.
Sorry to keep you waiting so long. It was a bit more of an ordeal than I expected.
Well, you did take the hard path.
I don't know what time it is anymore.
I
hard
asked,
path?
you know each other? I'm lost.
Iku is our best friend.
Found a new guy.
This is Iku. We hired her as a guide to lead us into the jungle.
Iku.
How long have we been out?
About a day and a half.
I've only done one long rest.
Goodness.
Our Marine looks like or Americana looks like he wants to tell Iku something. Iku!
Yes?
We killed Batman.
She's just kind of like, good for you. I don't know what that means.
There was a guy who looked a bit like a bat, and my friend's a bit of a simpleton, as you might know.
We found a vampiric monstrosity, and we killed it. Seems to be the ruler of the place, I suppose. I'm not sure.
I doubt whatever you found in there was the ruler. But I'm beginning to think I understand why that was the hard route. And just as a refresher, Iku knew that there were 2 routes, but because of rules, i.e. celestial rules, she cannot and does not know a lot about how the Oracle conducts her business or the Oracle's domain. So just, yeah. Hello.
I'm here.
You're here. Should we be expecting, is it Alex at some point?
She's not feeling really well right now, but we'll see, maybe.
Okay.
Corona.
Cool. I can deal with that. Kellic, you guys have made it out of the shrine and are standing in front of what you all could probably surmise is the Oracle's location. And Iku kind of gestures, if you want to speak to the Oracle, she's inside.
I will go inside.
Orca who?
So we can do this one of two ways. We could do it individually so that you all don't know what the other people learn, or we can do it all together. I'm open to either route. It's just up to you guys. Does anybody want to go the secret route?
Let's try the secret route, I think.
Secret route would be fun.
I have no desire to keep my questions or the answers I receive secret, but if others wish to do so, I am not willing to fight over it.
I'm
Here.
of the same mind.
Let's make it easy. Anybody who doesn't care if it's secret, just move into the room, and we can do all those questions and answers and such together. And then for the people who want to ask questions in private, I'll just grab people and do that in hopefully a reasonable time frame. Just because, yeah. Cool. Okay. So as the four of you walk in, and the rest of you can kind of hear this, you're not that far away. This is a kind of a simple but nice room. There is a raised dais at the end of the room, where this guardian Naga is just kind of serenely sitting, coiled. I don't know what a snake at rest is called. There's some pillows and some flowers around the room, but it is very austere. And as you come in, she regards all of you and then says, I would like to thank all of you. You have accomplished something that nobody else has. You have...
What is that?
And she kind of smiles and says, I'm going to not count that as your first question, but I'll get to the rules in a second.
Thank you kindly.
This temple, the Temple of Oralunga, has existed for quite some time. However, some 100 years ago, during the Spell Plague, a temple in the mirror world to our own merged into my temple. And I believe you ended up confronting the last remnant of the avatar of the god that temple belonged to. But it appears that you've successfully defeated that avatar, and that god no longer has a foothold on this plane, so I thank you for that. And then she looks at you, Sebastian, and says, do you have any other questions about that before we get to your questions?
I do not think so.
And she looks around at the rest of you, kind of, as much as a snake lady can raise an eyebrow inquisitively, just kind of looks to see if anybody else has any questions about the temple or anything.
Is it possible for me to go axe that dude in the face?
What?
Excuse me.
I will personally shoot you.
Are you
No.
asking if you can?
He's
Bonus damage.
he's asking if he can axe the god that caused all the trouble in the face.
Okay. No. Zotsilatza is no longer connected to at least my temple in any way.
Where it kind of looks a little sad.
That's actually a good thing. Meddling gods are quite a pain to disconnect from this plane.
Then I suppose we did good.
You sound sad about this.
I wanted to axe him again. I had many questions to axe.
Look, I'm going to write a note down here that says wants to put an axe in the face of a god. And I'll just put that as a character note for you.
Wants to fight God.
Okay. So, Saja, sorry. I apologize. I haven't even given you my name yet. I am Saja N'baza. I am the Oracle of Oralunga. Let me explain, since you have successfully completed one path to my presence, exactly how this works. Each of you may ask me 3 questions. You may also choose for one question to receive a boon. And before you ask, if you ask one of your questions, what is the boon, I won't be able to tell you. You have to make the choice not knowing. So you have the option.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Sure. So here are the rules. You get either 3 questions or 2 questions in a boon. You cannot ask what the boon is. You just have to either get the boon or not get the boon. Any question you ask will be answered as truthfully as Saja is able to answer it. But she will not obfuscate or lie in any way. Those are the general rules. Yeah. So if everybody understands that, then feel free to ask any questions or receive your boons for reaching me and clearing the temple.
May I ask a rules question before we begin?
Sure.
If you do not know the answer, but know where we might find the answer, can we receive that as part of our answer?
If I know where to tell you to look for the answer, I'll tell you.
Fair enough.
And one other rules question.
Yes?
As an oracle, does this character know things of the outer world, or is it just things that she would have had direct contact with?
I know a great many things, both local and less local, but there are limits to my knowledge. I am an Oracle of Chult, so most of what I know and most of what I can discern from my divine ability is focused on the land we are in. So she's pretty smart, but there may be limits to what she knows. But she will, as Sebastian said, if she thinks she knows how to help you get that answer, she will freely volunteer that as part of her answer. She's not going to try and fuck you over.
Okay.
This isn't supposed to be the third wish curses you. She is a good celestial creature. She is bound to. You have completed the trial or task, and now you get rewards. There's no gotchas here to be metagamey.
You can hear all the gears turning in everyone's head.
Who would like to begin?
I will do it. I do not have a great many questions, but I have heard there is a dragon on this island.
It's not an island. God.
Peninsula.
Quiet. Nah.
I mean, he got 3 or 4 sides right, guys.
He's like, what do you mean it's not an island? I had to take a boat to get here.
That's all he knows. We're going with this.
And so the snake looks at you and says, "So, what is your question?"
Do you know what kind of dragon this is?
And she considers for a moment and says, "Yes, to the south there is a red dragon. I believe her name is Tinder."
Hmm.
Do you swipe right?
Yes.
Notice I believe her name is Tinder because I don't have the book in front of me right now.
Tinder.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing too hard to speak right now.
And she kind of goes into a mild trance for a moment as the DM consults the Tomb of Annihilation book to verify the name of the dragon so it doesn't bite me in the ass later.
It's actually Grinder.
Grinder. No. Oh. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Not my thing. Xandala.
That's quite a big difference.
Yeah, I was totally close.
She is known as Tinder. The Oracle snaps back. Yes, her name is actually Xandala, but many of the locals in the south call her Tinder. You know, because she's a red dragon. Burns shit.
Makes sense.
Got it.
I will let someone else ask a question, I must think.
Don't hurt yourself.
Too late.
Take 3 bashing damage.
I must have my axe of thinking.
Isn't the only damage you're not immune to is psychic?
Hey,
Which
it's
is
your
fitting.
day. I've got a psychic spell,
Oh.
and it's intellect save.
Oh, good.
Oh, yes.
It's fantastic. Okay, so Marcana has asked his first question. For other people who want to ask in front of others, who's got a question?
I have a question. Back at Mbala, we recovered a totem from the hag Nanny Poo Poo. As I understand it, it has trapped the souls of many of the citizens of Mbala. Is there a way that those souls may be released without causing them further harm in the afterlife?
Saja considers this for a moment, and she ponders the thought, and then she looks back at you and says, "Unfortunately, while the death curse is in effect, any souls released from that totem will be intercepted. Once the death curse is listed, Jesus Christ.
She's got a lisp. She's a snake.
Once the death curse is lifted, I'm gonna make it through. Oh God. Okay. Once the curse is lifted, destroying the totem or freeing the souls will allow them to pass on to whatever afterlife they are destined for.
How exactly do we lift the death curse?
1 second. I'm writing some notes about what I tell you. Just so I have this for my records. To lift the curse, you must destroy the Soulmonger. The Soulmonger is underneath the ancient city of Omu, in a tomb that was built there. Destroying that device will end the death curse.
If anyone else would like to ask questions, I would like to pause to consider.
I'll ask for a boon.
Cool. You feel so as you ask for the boon, Saja nods at you and closes her eyes. I can't think today. God.
She casts blindness on you.
Saja reaches out and smacks the DM in the head. Lore. And as soon as here we go. Haha. Oh God, I'm showing that on the freaking stream, or not the stream, the video. Let me hide that. Teresa, as you close your eyes, you feel a coldness and a darkness passed over you. And Saja also closes her eyes, and you both kind of sway rhythmically. And as you open your eyes and feel that darkness and coldness pass, Saja looks at you. And Saja is she looks at you kind of sorrowfully, but then says, "Your boon has been granted, and you have received a minor boon of the shade." Mechanically, I'm going to paste this into Discord just so that you can refer to it. But what it does... Oh, come on, OneNote. It doesn't have to be a picture. What it does is you can learn one first level spell of your choice. It has to be from the Illusion or Necromancy school. You can cast that spell once per day without expending a spell slot.
And we get to choose the spell?
Yeah, you can choose the spell. So any one first level Necromancy or Illusion spell, you can cast it for free once a day.
All right, let me take a look.
And I can homebrew a thing and add it to your character sheet to deal with that.
I have another question.
Yes, 1 second. Let me just do this because OneNote. There you go. Okay, let me get back to my notes page. Teresa Boone. Kellic, your question. Shoot.
If we summon or ask the spirits of the totem for help, does it hurt them? Does it damage them? Will it destroy them? Or if it needs to be condensed into a more pointed question, will it bring them harm?
I have to double check the totem because I know there's 2 different abilities on the totem. And I can get there in just a second. Yes, okay. If you summon any souls from if you draw any souls out of the totem, if you summon them from the totem, the Soulmonger will intercept them, and take those souls. Specifically, there are 2 abilities that the doll has. The first ability, where it can summon a soul as a ghost and then it returns to the totem. That one, it'll be a random roll to find out if either the totem or the soulmonger wins. Oh wait, no, that's the only ability. Yeah, so if you summon it to use that ability to command a soul, there's a very good chance that the soul will get sucked up by the soulmonger. If you directly release a soul, like just release it from the soulmonger, right, or from the totem right now, because that is a thing you can do, right? There's a option to just commune with the totem and release the souls. If you do that, they will be intercepted by the soulmonger. And so the answer is, will they be harmed? There is a very good chance that those souls will get fed to the soulmonger if you use the totem.
Okay.
Murakana will take a boon.
Murakana's boon is... she locks eyes with you and slowly begins to snarl. And you also start snarling back. Eventually you both snap out of it, and you feel a flash of anger, and then you feel it pass, and you have the minor boon of the beast. When you roll damage for a melee weapon attack, you can re-roll those dice. So whether it's a normal or a crit, you can re-roll the dice and use either total. You have to pick one. You can use this once per day.
Yes.
So it's pretty much a damage buff for you.
Freaking love it.
I'll post it over here. Okay, let's see here. That's question 2 for Murakana. Or boon. So let's see here. Kellic, I think you've only asked one question, right?
Correct.
Okay. Sib, you want to ask a question?
Yeah. So, the people who built this place and the ones like it, are there any left? Where are they?
So if you mean who built all of the lost cities or shrines of Chult, and she kind of winks at you as she says that, most of them are gone. The people who created Orlunga have been gone longer than most of the rest of the cities. They were gone before most of the cities in Chult rose. The city of Mesro has disappeared, or there are only ruins left. And then the city of Omu is not uninhabited, but it is not inhabited by the human civilization that once lived there. They are dead and gone.
Oh, that's a shame.
And that's true, they're all gone. Sorry. There's just a lot of cities that nobody's left in this jungle.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not surprised.
Not in the least bit.
Let's see, Daminar, you want to ask anything?
Sure. Dolora has seemed diminished in presence these past few years, and though I've kept her in my esteem, how can I restore her light to this world?
And Saja looks at you sadly. because she knows this answer won't bring you any joy. But she says, "Ah, my poor monk, you belong in the world of the Avatar of Zotzilaha, not in my realm, but somehow you are here. There is no way to bring Dolorah to this plane, but you may be able to find a way to return to your own."
Wow.
You're in the wrong world.
That got deep. Holy shit.
Sorry, bro.
Morty, just give me that and I'll make a portal to Dolorah.
You got stranded by the second sundering.
Yeah, pretty much. That is what happened. I think we've talked about that, right?
A
Not
little?
in game.
Not in game. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's retcon that a
This
little
is
bit.
me learning this.
So she'll explain a little bit more. Yeah, you are obviously from Abel, not Toril, and I can only imagine that your people were stranded here during the conjunction of the worlds. Most of those pathways are closed, but there are always ways to travel between the realms. You just have to look for them.
Fortunately, the rest of my people are dead, thanks to the curse.
She's awkward silence.
You still have us.
Seems you are my only friends left. Well, some of you.
Wow, such good friends you have.
I'm a friend.
I'd like to ask my second question.
Sure, just finishing this. Okay, Kellic 2. Shoot.
The creature which I seek, does it still reside on this plane?
Yes, the foe you seek is still on Toril. It has traveled far from where it was the last time you saw it. It may have connections to some who dwell under this land, but I believe the foe you seek never ceases moving.
After years of hunting, I've come to realize this. I ask for a boon in order to help me kill or track it.
Sure. Let's see. Okay, so that's all your stuff, I think. Cool. Your boon will be so you feel a breeze circle around you, and Saja kind of leans backwards almost as if a breeze is blowing her head up from her kind of coiled position, and you feel the wind kind of ruffle through your feathers, and then it dies down. And you have received the minor boon of the Archer. For anybody who cares, I'm calling these minor boons because there's actually a thing in the game that are boons, and these are not those. Anyway, so once per day, you can add a d6 bonus die to any attack or damage roll. There's some errata in here. Basically, if it's used for damage, it counts as bonus damage, not rolled damage for crits. It also counts as magic damage. And then you can use this once per long rest.
And I can use a d6 as a hit die as well?
You can use it either as a hit or a damage. So it's your choice. You can just add it at some point. It's essentially a once per day or once per long rest extra oomph. Either to hit or to do damage. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? I think we have 2 for Sebastian, 2 for Maracana.
1.
Oh, one. Sorry, I have.
You did a
No, you
question
did a
and a
boon.
boon
You
arc.
did a
You did
boon.
a
Yeah,
question and a boon.
I was saying I have one left.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Sib asked one. Teddy, do you want to ask anything, or
Yeah.
if you ask
and
if you ask for a boon, I have to make yours up because I didn't make one for you. Sorry.
It's fine. No, it's okay. I ask, I was walking in the woods before I was ambushed by these two monks, but I don't remember why I was in the woods, and for some reason I'm struggling to remember why, or to remember anything before that. Can you tell me why I was in the woods? What was I doing?
I think I should know the answer for this, but I think I forgot. Which is really
It's all right.
embarrassing because we had a conversation about this last night. But I'm going to give an answer, and I might retcon it, just in case.
Okay.
Because I couldn't remember how far we got on your backstory. Sorry. You were trying to discover, or you were trying to determine what had happened to your people. I can tell that you're from Chult. Why you've lost your memory, I'm not certain. But I do believe your people were mostly or entirely killed, and you were trying to determine how to resolve that. And I think that matches what we said, but I can't remember. I'm sorry.
All right. It's going to hold it against you.
That's fine. You can add it to the list. We'll retcon your story later.
Okay. Then I would like to
news.
ask a second question. Who were the two monks that attacked me? Why did they attack me?
They were servants of the god that inhabited this temple. Zotzilaha. I can only assume, or not assume, they were preparing you as a sacrifice to his avatar. You were basically meant to be food.
Okay.
Again, that's unfortunate, but, it's not a mean people here.
Theodore is satisfied with these answers and must ponder a third question, so he sits down.
I wish to ask my third question.
Sure.
For what purpose is the soulmonger gathering up the souls of those who have been resurrected and of the recently departed?
The soulmonger was created by a cruel being who has traveled the plains for many years. That lich or demi-lich or demigod, I'm unclear which he is. His name is Asirak, and he has created the soulmonger to try and birth a new god. The souls are feeding that gestating godling, and if it gets enough of them, it will fully awaken.
That would be bad.
It could be a good god. You don't know.
Sounds like a god that needs an axe in the face.
You may get your wish.
Hmm.
Out of character question to other people here. Didn't we have something to do with hags and a group of people doing something bad? I feel like it's important, but my memory is just not.
Killed a hag.
I know we killed a hag. I thought there were two more, and we
There,
discussed them.
there are two more.
Yes, they're her sisters that
Yep.
she was ostracized from.
And there was like an elf or something that we encountered in a floating mud castle. I play this barbarian thing to the heart.
It's like your natural state.
I don't think it's an elf. Or at least if it was an elf, it isn't anymore.
Oh,
Let's see here. Who has questions left? Sib has questions left.
Arm, that's one.
No, you don't.
Yeah. I got one more.
I'm sorry.
I
You're right.
haven't asked.
Yeah, Teresa, you have 2 questions, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to keep it straight. I'm gonna do Xandala and the Sereths. I'm probably not gonna roleplay it out because I don't want to spend 10 minutes roleplaying 3 ways with myself, so I'll just explain what happens when we finish everyone else.
Giggity.
Sorry, I just don't want to. It feels awkward.
But I love it when you roleplay.
I get to say that to you. You don't get to say that to me. Okay. So let's see. We have various people who can ask more questions.
I have mine. I need a minute to figure out how exactly I want to word it. Bear with me.
I'm gonna get a beer, and when I get back, if you word it funny, we can maybe workshop it. Because I'm not trying to gotcha.
It's not really that. It's I'm just bad at words.
I as human.
Words are hard.
I are word bad. I'm over here roleplaying as an innocent parent.
You almost got turned into chicken wings last week.
Doopy doopy doo.
Yeah, if you didn't kill me in one hit arm, you weren't going to kill me in the second one.
Okay, I have returned.
I mean, if really I had hit that crit at anything better, it would have been over.
Measure your dice peens later.
I have a mighty dice peen that fails on the second roll.
I mean, I'm pretty sure on a good divine smite, Sebastian would make you all look silly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who wants a question? Or a boon, or something?
Have you seen my first damage?
Oh my god.
I'll take a boon.
Damn it.
Shut up.
Stop talking. Let's see here.
You don't tell me how to live my life.
I'll ask a question.
Cool, I'm gonna do Damina's boon real quick. You also feel a wind at your back. This time it kind of blows Saja sideways, and when that has passed, you have received the minor boon of the wind, and you have 2 abilities that come from this. The first is your speed is increased by 5 feet.
Hell yeah.
The second is that when you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke attacks of opportunity from that creature on that turn.
Sweet.
Shutter, I can reconstitute the loot.
There's just the gems and stuff that I found the other day.
In that last crazy puzzle room that we spent like an hour in.
Yeah.
I can reconstitute that without too much trouble, so don't worry over much. Okay, and then you, Teresa, wanted to ask a question, right?
Yes.
Okay, Teresa.
Now, my question is, I've heard rumblings of a powerful necromancer or two in this area. Where are they?
And Saja considers this for a moment. Says, well, there's more than one. The ones that I think you would be thinking of are Razansi, the Duke and Bara of the lost city of Mesro. He is most likely far to the south, if not in Omu near it. There is also, and I believe you have met her, Valindra Shadowmantle is certainly skilled in the arts of necromancy.
I had a feeling about her.
Pardon me. And finally, the creature I mentioned, a Sirak, while not always present in Schult, when he is here, he is the most powerful necromancer by far. He, hard to say. So those are the three most powerful necromancers in the subcontinent.
Interesting. Now, for a change of pace, this is my second question. Now, I have family here, or I suppose so. Where might I find them?
Just out of character. So Teresa, I'm assuming you're estranged enough from your family that you would not know the whereabouts of like nieces and cousins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the important ones.
So, okay. Yeah, I actually have some notes about the family because I was looking into it more. She would be... Your cousin Liara is currently in command of Fort Belluarian, which is northeast of Port Nyanzaru. And there she is leading a regiment of a company of the Flaming Fist, and she has other designs in Schult as well, other plots. And I think Belluarian is marked on the map, so I can either show you that, or if you go to that tab, you should be able to see it. But it's just it was the path. Oh, you weren't here for this, so there was a. It's in the opposite. It's the exact opposite direction of where you are now. Like, go back to Port Nyanzaru, go northeast. That's where Fort Belluarian is.
Okay.
And that is where Liara Porter is.
I seem to have missed her, but I'll keep that in mind.
And canonically, this adventure takes place before the other context in which I think you know of her.
Yeah.
So this is like her before then. And I don't think I'm changing canon that much. But that's more metagamey. But whatever.
That's fine. It makes more sense for it to go chronologically here.
She literally gets called back from Jolt to go do that shit in that campaign. So, timelines in Dungeons and Dragons are a mess. because this one is not given an actual date. Anyway, I'm playing that it happens before that. Who do we have left? Sebastian, you asked 3 questions.
I did.
I'm going to just put little status markers on people. You're dead. Kellic, you asked all yours, right?
Yep.
Teresa has asked all of hers, right?
Is it just me?
I have one more.
I think...
Okay.
Maricana, where are you at? You have one more?
I got one left.
Yeah, we got Maricana, 2 for Sib. Daminar, you have 1 left?
One left.
And Teddy has 1 or 2 left. And Teddy, we may just want to retcon. I don't know. Because
Yeah,
I
that's
realize I remember very little of our conversation last night. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Life. Okay. Unless it's about the current plot. If it's about the current plot, I know all about that shit. That I'm good on. But you don't know any of that, so in character. Okay. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
It's all good.
Who's the next?
So I'm just going to blow this question because I got nothing better. But you can answer any way you want on this one. Just have fun with it. So are there any barbarian tribes in this land?
Saja considers that. She says, do you mean human barbarians or other barbarians?
Like me.
Human barbarians or other barbarians?
Human barbarians are giant idiots that swing swords.
Okay, somebody got the joke. Sorry.
He doesn't know how to answer because he still thinks he's dragon.
He's still thinking it through. There are cannibal tribes and there are wild tribes in various parts of Cholt. I don't know if there are any tribes quite like the sort you are from. And I say that because you look like Conan the Barbarian, so you look like you don't belong here. I'm assuming you're like some northern barbarian tribe when I answer this. So, Cholt doesn't have quite the storied history of barbarians as some of the northern climates do. Our people have largely been in tribes or cities for the last several thousand years. You dirty, dirty barbarian.
All right.
But
that
there
concludes my questions.
are various tribes and other things in the jungle. Like there are people in the jungle. Just not that any of y'all have met.
All right then.
I think we got what? Gale and Daminar at this point?
I can finish mine if Gail's.
I'm good to go with mine.
Let's do Gale, Daminar, Gale. Just break it up.
All right. So if those who built these cities are all long, long gone, they've got to have left something behind, right? Like libraries or broken up universities or something. Something's got to have lived. So what should I be looking for? Because when I leave here, I want a story to tell, and not something you can get from some 2-bit tour guide selling a book on the boat over.
The Volo hate is strong in you, Gale Mirsky. Let's see here.
An autographed copy ought to be worth something.
50 gold, at least. That's the cut price on the cover. And he gave it to you for free, so you're already ahead.
Yeah.
let's see. Mesro has been looted to the point that there is nothing of value left in the ruins. However, there is more to Mesro than meets the eye. Unfortunately, Oralunga, all that is left is my temple. In the city of Omu, where Razan Sea and where the tomb of Asirak lie, you may find knowledge or artifacts or items that are more to your liking, but I suppose you have to decide if the journey or the treasures are the most valuable part.
Love to note that. I get the feeling we're going there anyway.
Treasures, definitely the treasure.
I mean, hey, it depends. A good enough treasure is better than a story.
Seth gets 3 questions about treasure, right?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Let's see. Okay, let's note. Gale, where the goods at? Answer. Omu. Okay, Daminar.
Say, you must be lonely up here by yourself for all this time. Is there anything we can do to help your...
She smiles. That's a lovely concept, but I am a creature of my purpose. And I have my friends in my way. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see me again after our conversation, but thank you for the sentiment.
Okay. You're welcome. And I'll be right back.
Yeah. Celestial laws, Daminar.
Yeah, I get it.
I think
Break from your purpose. Free will.
She's a lawful good celestial. She has no free will. Wait, what? No. Not completely true.
She's a good celestial, therefore she's a slave. What?
That's pretty much how it works, right? Only the evil ones get to do cool shit. Sorry, Gil.
No, I got all that.
Well, I think you have either a question or a boon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what you meant. I'm
Yes.
sorry, bear with me. I'm not too bright. Yeah, and with that, I suppose I'd ask for the boon.
Cool. Where
There's
is it?
too many answers, and well, part of it is the journey now, isn't it?
Let's see here. Yeah, so you feel all of your alchemical and artificinal. Is that a word? I'm making it up.
Artifactional.
Close enough.
Artifactory. All of your tools and items and on you all seem to suddenly hum or buzz or rattle or zap you a little bit, and you're just kind of like, whoa. And you have received the minor boon of the Artificer. Once per day, your Eldritch Turret can add 1d6 magical damage to one of its attacks. Again, this counts as bonus damage, not as extra damage for criticals. And you can use it once per long rest. So you get a little oomph in your magical turret. Eldritch Turret.
Cool.
Your thing. I think I wrote this before we changed the class, really, so... Or before I went to Tasha's. So if this ends up being stupid, we can talk about it.
Sure thing.
Boom. Okay. Have we gotten through everybody except Teddy now? Does anybody have questions left?
I mean, I still have questions, but I don't think I have one of my 3 questions remaining.
Fair. Sebastian, the only one not to take a boon. So Xandala and Sareth are also here. And I'm going to pull up a note that I think I have with Lyokin, just to make sure I'm... Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just double checking because we had a back and forth. So Xandala asks Saja where Artus Cimber is. And she asks this very tersely. Saja relates that Artus was actually here a few days ago and was headed back to the east, following the river that he was traveling by river just south of Orlunga. Then Xandala asks if Artus knew about his family, to which Saja informs Xandala that if he's referring to her and her brother, he was actually the information that they ever existed was hidden from him. You can see Xandala was not expecting that answer, and a lot of the aggression drains out of her final question, but there's still some fire in it, and she asks how she can avenge herself and her family on the Thayans who killed her mother and her mother. Saja is kind of at a loss. This question is so open-ended, and she tells Xandala that as powerful as Xandala is now, she could maybe hope to best one of the Red Wizards, but if her goal is to defeat Zastam, who is... If she wants to defeat that name, she is going to have to find probably powers and allies that she has not discovered yet. So that's her set of questions.
What are we?
Was that name one that I recognize?
You know who Zastam is. He is the...
I would definitely know who Zastam is.
You both
Is he
know
the-
that... Yeah, he's the Zulkir of Zulkirs of Thay.
Okay.
Out of character, Zastam is the master of necromancy in Thay. He took over the land of Thay and the area surrounding it about, I think, 100, 207 years ago. Before the spell plague, anyway. And he turned it into a land of undead.
Right. Yep. He's before the whole death curse thing. He would have been my enemy number one then.
Yeah, you certainly have some bad blood with Zaz. You have no idea how you take him out.
Yeah.
I should rephrase that. She needs powerful allies and powers she has not discovered yet. There. Does that make you feel better, Daminar?
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
There you go. Sareth's questions. I'll probably double check with Sareth because I don't think Lyokin and I actually finished what his 3 questions were. His 3 questions were actually all things that Xandala was going to ask to start with.
Not just where's the money at? Where's the money at?
No. Believe it or
Wow.
not, Sereth does have
I'm impressed.
motivations beyond money.
Wow, I could not tell.
He has, or she has motivations. She's lawful evil, not chaotic evil. Anyway, I'm gonna have to retcon that because I'm looking at the conversation we had now. Teresa, I don't know if you had any conversations with Lyokin where you would. All the questions I had from him were about Artus and Xandala and that stuff. Did he ever tell you any other questions by any chance? I'm going to assume that she is not there. So I think that ends that. And
Sorry, I disconnected. I was saying that he left me some information about Sareth's goals. I can look that up.
I know what his goals or I know what Sareth's goals are. I think I'll just retcon it and find out if he wanted to do it in public or in private, and we'll just go from there. Just because I think by hopefully next week we'll be able to have him, pardon me, be around. So, seeing that everybody has answered stuff, asked and answered, Xandala leaves and Sereth and then leaves, and we'll figure out what is after I can talk to him more. So they leave here, and Saja is kind of sitting serenely, having answered the questions, and says, "I cannot express how grateful I am that you all have returned the temple solely to me, and I hope you all find success on your quests." And then she just kind of sits back.
Bow respectfully and say thank you for your candor.
And she nods to you.
Thank you, Saja. May you well and faithfully fulfill your purpose for many ages to come.
And she smiles and nods to you. She's slowly, you see her, she's kind of slowing down a little bit, if that makes sense.
Americana says, "We shall meet again," and then turns and walks away.
But she said we won't meet again.
He doesn't get it.
You might do an Arcana check.
Americana's just like, see you next week.
Pretty much.
See you next
Can I
Tuesday.
do an Arcana check, or is this religion, or trying to figure out what's happening to her?
I'd say either or.
Okay.
This isn't religious lore, so I mean, I'm fine with either.
Arcana it is.
You're probably like 7 points better in Arcana, I'm guessing.
Oh.
Well, 21's pretty good. So you get the impression that whatever rules or laws compel Saja and her oracular abilities, now that you have all received your answers to the questions that you're allowed to ask, her time with you will end. Basically, she is governed by certain almost divine mandates. And so she is slowly disconnecting from the reality that you inhabit.
She's lagging out, guys. She's lagging out.
Yeah.
She's going back to wherever it is that she waits between times for fulfilling her purpose.
Interesting. I wonder if she waits within a demi-plane, or perhaps the ethereal or the astral plane. I don't think teleportation is on the table in this case.
Alec just turns and walks out.
Out of characters is water.
Yeah, it's like a fountain.
Okay. I'm gonna fill my water.
Go for it.
Is it special water?
Taste it and find out.
Pretty sure I'll...
It's Naga water, and you can figure out whatever that means.
It probably does not have throat leeches in it, though.
Yeah, it could be clean water. I mean, come on.
I mean, you are in the abode of a lawful good celestial. You can probably assume that there are not poisoned water fountains just in the middle of the room.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fill out my water skins.
Cool.
And I'm gonna drink some. Well, that was an interesting little magic trick. But I do believe that it's time to go back to our journey.
I love watching people draw shapes on the screen.
Because I'm trying to talk, and my talk button is control.
Oh, okay.
Control is also to draw lines.
I feel like control is the most overused key on the keyboard, but that's okay.
You could say it controls things.
Oh, shit. Cool. Does everybody else leave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anybody bother looking back into the hut?
Actually,
Why not? Now that you've asked.
Sure.
before I leave,
Yeah.
I want to look to see if there's any hidden doors.
Good job.
Is she actually disappearing, or a stage magician?
Did you just added two d20s together and it was a
7. You rolled like a
a
5
2 and a
two.
5.
Yeah.
You're doing perception, right?
Yeah, it's a perception roll.
Why? Oh, this is why. Pow! There you go. I rolled dice. You got a 24. Oh, that's cool. I rolled as you. I like it. Just because you rolled 2d20 added together. No, there are no secret doors.
Damn it!
No Wizard of Oz behind the
Sorry. So anybody who looks back, as soon as you pass through the doorway, the room is empty. It is stone. It is cold, and there's no water, no flowers, no pillows, and no oracle.
It's like the right-hand side.
Yep.
Does my water disappear?
No, your water's still there.
Okay, good.
It's just whatever the comment that Saja made that she will not see you again seems to have been quite literal, because there is nothing there anymore to go see.
All right. On to Omu.
So Xandala, and if Sareth was here, I think Sareth would probably say he wants to follow the river to see if they can catch up with Artus, her father.
Then let's go that way. I'm following you guys.
Is anybody opposed to doing that?
I think if the soulmonger is consuming souls to birth a god, that task might have a certain amount of urgency to it.
But the question would be, could we take him, the necromancer, on at this point?
I would advise against it.
We may want to consolidate our power, build our power, and then go take him out.
I'm sorry, did you say we need to ask him a question?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Definitely not what I said. Those words did not leave my mouth.
So I will note that the river out of Orlunga is in the direction you need to go south towards Omu.
Convenient.
It is convenient, but you guys also are on the absolute furthest west point of the map, besides like a couple peninsulas.
Peninsulas or islands?
Jesus fucking Christ. So you guys know that Omu is somewhere in the southwest. Oh, hey map. You look weird. Hey, that's what the player map looks like from the player perspective. So you know that Omu is somewhere between, or it's somewhere south of Lake Luo. It is probably either in the valley between, or in the jungle between the Valley of Lost Honor and the Peaks of Flame, or somewhere in that area between the Sky Lizard Mountains, the Peaks of Flame, Valley of the Dead. Like,
Seem to remember Nanny Poo Poo kind of looking in the direction of the easterly of those two locations when we were asking her about her sisters who drove her out of Omu.
that sounds exactly like a thing she would say. Sorry, I lost my old map, kind of, or at least I'm not. Yeah, I have 2 marks on the old map.
Yeah.
In those 2 valleys from Roll20. Oh god, did I just shove everybody to that map?
How do I ping the map?
How do you what? I can see. Okay.
Well, I guess, I mean, you can probably see our cursors.
Yeah, I can see your cursors. I don't know if you guys can see each other's cursors, but I certainly can.
We can.
Yeah, where you're pointing, Sebastian?
That was
one of the
the
places.
one I
Yeah.
got the impression that Nanny Poo Poo was talking about when we were talking about her sisters and Omu. And then the other one was over here.
Yeah.
Per the elf in the floating fortress thing.
Oh yeah, that's where that came from. Sorry. God. So many things. Let's see. Are you guys like looking at the map together?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Iku comes over and notes that Omu is actually... Hold on. Can I do it? Why? Oh, token layer. Sorry, the map is much harder to edit in this. Omu. No? God damn it.
You uncovered a hex. That is forest.
Boom.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
here.
Neat.
That is where Omu is. She notes that she has been past the ruins a few times, but has not been into the city itself in hundreds of years.
Should we go for completionist victory and uncover all the hexes, though?
No, you shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like it would waste a lot of time.
So we're going back down the river regardless.
I mean, have you guys ever played The Witcher? Like, you have to do all the side quests first.
We could always go for a science victory and go to the moon.
There you go.
Oh,
So
Civ.
5 now? Okay.
I'll tell my wife that you guys want to do a science victory, and she'll be so happy. Wow, nobody here knows about that, probably. Never mind.
That's about what?
My wife works for Firaxis.
Yeah, I'm
No,
aware of that.
I got
you know
that.
Why I know
Okay.
that? Because Cleopatra's boobs, okay?
Because what?
Because of Cleopatra's boobs.
Oh, that's right, the Cleopatra's boobs thing. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Or maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So you guys can decide if you want to do the river or what you want to do. But I'll be back.
What do we plan on doing? Should we catch up to Artus?
I vote for whatever takes us to the Underdark.
I mean, if we get to go to the Underdark, that means we get Dark Elves, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, but, like, does anybody else have any input?
I mean, that's Sarah's gig, right?
Input?
So let me ask you this. Okay, so what's the closest objective that we can get to? Because obviously it sounds like the big bad evil guy is Aseroth. And, but we don't know where Aseroth is. We do know
His tomb is
where whatever his name, Rossin, or whatever his name is in Mesro. And that's the second strongest big bad evil guy in this area. But I mean, as far as necromancers go.
Mesro is to the east and a little bit north.
Yeah, Mesro is out of the way if you guys do intend to go to Omi.
And my target never stops moving, so it doesn't matter to me.
I'm kind of open to go wherever because I and my character don't really know any of the backstory at the moment, so I'm a bit in the. I don't really know what we've officially done and what the goal is, other than the main necromancer. I do know we conquered some lobster people or helped lobster people, but that's all I know.
The only side quest I remember that's not like massively out of the way was from Camp Vengeance to go and find out what's going on to the east of there with the undead. But that sounds like that eventually leads to Mesro.
And Mesro is where the not main necromancer is.
Yeah, well, that's where that's like the number 2 necromancer.
The number 2, right.
There's also the thing with Mesro having been looted to hell that, quote, more than meets the eye to it, which...
Right.
I mean, I guess with that information, I don't. It seems.
I mean, like
the rest of the side quests I remember are all the way back at Port Nyanzaru, which is where we started this whole journey.
And have you guys ever been back to the port since?
We have not gone back to the port since we set out.
Okay, so that I think is also kind of important. So I think Lyogan mentioned to me that you guys have some side quests that are based in there.
Right, we do. I kind of
So
figured on completing those like on our way back to civilization after we finished the main mission. That was my plan anyway.
well, here's the thing, because it kind of seems like we keep picking up quest after quest after quest.
Well, I don't know. For the
I
last
don't
little while,
know.
we've been completing quest after quest.
That's the thing.
So, okay, would going to Mesra would be fulfilling part of the main objective, right?
Not
Uh,
necessarily.
Oh no,
not that
not
we
necessarily.
know of, but it is. I think that it is a leg of the journey, because if we can go over there and see what's going on with that big bad evil guy, it might give us some information about the top dog.
So what y'all doing?
We were just
Discussing.
discussing on
Cool.
where to go, because I'm just trying to get an idea of what's the direction the group is trying to go. Because it kind of looks to me like we've been going every which way, and you guys haven't returned back to Port Ninzaru in a long time, it seems.
Well,
So
when we
if
first
we
set out, we didn't have any idea where it was we needed to go.
okay, because if we go from Orlunga all the way to Omu, that's going to be really out of the way if we ever hope to come back to, some kind of civilization, unless we find a town or a city in the jungle somewhere.
Well, I mean, there's like Nangalore.
So Iku has been listening. She explains that Nangalore, there is certainly Nangalore was a palace in exile for a fallen queen of Omu. So there's probably not trade opportunities there.
That might be information.
But we might be able to find information that would be helpful once we get to Omu.
Iku also notes so Kir Sabal is an Aarakocran settlement. There's
Don't like
probably
those guys.
they have meager supplies that would help keep the group going. They'll have food, they'll have water, they may have some basic weapons, some basic stuff, but they're not super stocked. It's a kind of a temple compound built into a cliffside. You guys also, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but when you returned to Camp Vengeance the second time, there was a caravan of two merchant princes and one proxy of a merchant prince. They did have a rather obnoxious but fairly well-stocked merchant with them, and they are a traveling military band. They were at Camp Vengeance the last time you were there, but they were planning on marching southwards into the jungle to put an end to this undead threat. And then if you were to make your way all the way down to Shilku in the bottom southwest of the map, Shilku is a small port. Iku hasn't been there in quite a long time. But there were various dwarven mines in the south of Chult that sent their processed ore to Shilku. So if any of those mines are still working, Shilku may still be an actual port to some degree. So there may be some opportunities to get stuff there. The whole area around Lake Luo and the Valley of Embers below it is the Valley of Embers is a blasted wasteland that used to be where Razan Sea had his kind of dominion after he was exiled from Mesro. Iku notes with a lot of trepidation that you may be able to negotiate with Razan Sea, but he always has his own interests first in mind. And there is a teleportation ring in the heart of Abtao.
Yeah, there is. And I think I spent some time to try and learn it.
You definitely know the glyphs on that teleportation ring. You took note of them.
But the heart of Tao was moving, right?
It's an earth mote that just floats in the air. It doesn't move around, it just hovers in the air. That is also where Valindra Shadowmantle was basing out of, and she was, on the whole, rather friendly to you guys, especially considering that she saw you try to steal some of her shit and just pretty much was like, stop it, I'll just give that to you.
Yeah, so as far as we're concerned, she is at least neutral to us. So, once I learn teleportation circle and once I get a hold of the materials to do it, we can go back there.
Let's see, some other exposition for you via Iku. Mesro is currently a ruin. However, there is an outpost of the Flaming Fist there. Port Castigliar, which is marked on the map, is a ruin. It used to be a port. It is now overgrown. People disappeared from Port Castigliar, basically. Nobody's quite sure why, but the people that did live there are gone. Let's see if there's anything else on this map that I can point out. You also know from way, way, way back in the campaign, Hugh Hackenstone was looking to reclaim a dwarven mine. So
Dragon!
You can infer what you want about that, but there were definitely active dwarven mines as recently as a couple years ago. Yes, Hugh did claim that a dragon had played a part in driving his people out of their mine, and he wants to reclaim it. So somewhere in the southern part of this map, there is whatever mine he was speaking of.
Is it voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch?
Benadryl Cumberbund?
Yes, that one.
Who knows?
I think we should go check out this mine.
What is the mine?
They call it a mine.
So, what is this Ataz Kahakla?
Ataz Kahakla. Let me look up Ataz Kahakla, because I know Ataz is basically ravine. But
There's also Ikwazi. Ikwazi?
It's just because, out of character, I think that we should prioritize trying to find a place that has supplies. Because, we are going to be marching out into the middle of the jungle on basically hot air.
So
What else do we need? We still have a packed Triceratops, right?
Back at Camp Vengeance, right?
the Triceratops is actually Iku brought it to the temple because you guys had it with you and left it right
Oh.
when you entered the temple. So you guys have that Triceratops down at the bottom of this pyramid. So the Atazes. So here's what Iku can tell you about the Atazes. Ataz Kahakla is more of a natural wonder. It's an incredibly deep gorge that is kind of beautiful in a macabre way because the canyon is just layers and layers of sea creatures, fossilized skeletons built into the walls of the canyon. Let's see, what was the other one you guys asked about?
Ikwazi?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just double checking these.
There's also Ataz Muahaha.
Ataz Muahaha.
Muahaha.
Yeah. So Ataz Iklawazi is Iku notes that there's the last time she was there, there was a tribe of fire newts that had kind of taken it as their home, and Ataz Mwahaha is basically an old, very ornate bridge that used to be used to get from on the path from Omu to Mesro. That was the bridge that was used to cross the river Olung.
I think that's all the poise we have uncovered.
Poise. I like it.
Realize?
No,
Yes.
I get it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I've got these teleportation runes I've been carrying around in my pack for a long time. Is it possible to use these to get to the teleportation circle at the heart of Ubtao?
So you have, I think the teleportation runes you guys have are to the merchant prince in Port Nyanzaru. He gave you the ruins to get to him and Sandra Silvermane, or Sylvain, if I'm remembering her name correctly. Essentially the woman who initially gave you guys some seed money and asked you to go check stuff out. So you have the runes to teleport to that place. You also have the runes to teleport to the heart of Ubtao.
Okay.
The thing I think that you guys are currently missing is the ability to actually cast teleport. Which I'm not sure exactly what level spell that is.
I think it's like 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can either get a scroll of teleport or find something that lets you teleport, you can use those to pretty easily get back. You guys just aren't quite at that power level yet, if that makes sense.
Right.
I'm just throwing out a suggestion here. I think we should try to go to the nearest point of civilization before we head out into the middle of nowhere again.
Well, we're already kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but
As
if we go from here to Omu, that's going from one spot to God knows where in between, and to Omu.
Well, if we go back to Camp Vengeance, we could check and see if the caravan's still there and pick up supplies from. And that's not too far.
well, the caravan was headed south. I'll be surprised if they're still there.
I'll be surprised if they're still alive. A few of them were actually coordinated fighters, but other than that,
They had a fighting strength of about 120 soldiers. So it was a pretty sizable group.
More or less than those that were camped at Camp Righteous.
They were definitely all Chultans, with the exception of the merchant. So you could probably assume that they had more knowledge and wherewithal to survive the jungle than the Order of the Gauntlet folks.
Right. But anyway, my point is, we've got rain catchers. We've got what? Who's Seraph has been doing the food thing, right?
I mean,
if Sarah prepares good berries, and that could work. But that is spell slot. I mean, if you want to do it that way, we can do that way.
I mean,
but even so, even if we don't go to civilization, where do we go? Is the question.
I say the mine because then we can go into the Underdark.
Is there even Underdark out here?
The most efficient way to get to Omu.
Or we could, split up.
Yeah.
So, Seraph, sorry to be weird playing for other people who aren't here though, but Xandala definitely wants to travel the river to find, at least for a bit, to try and find Artus. Seraph is definitely, if there's a vote, is in favor of helping fulfill that commitment he made to Xandala to help her find her father.
Right.
Which I think Seraph may point out is kind of on the way to anywhere you guys would want to go next.
Right. Because it leads back towards the interior of the peninsula.
Also, sorry, it's not on this map. Nephoria is also in the middle of the Aldani Basin, which is the tribe of recently humanized lobster folk. So they don't have weapons per se, but you guys are definitely welcome in that city or that town, smack dab in the middle of the Aldani Basin. That is a safe stopping point.
As a next waypoint to me.
What did you say, Sebastian?
Oh, I was just saying that would make sense as our next waypoint to me.
I guess somewhat metagamey. Teresa, going back to civilization, what is the goal you are trying to achieve with that? If that question makes sense.
So what I was saying earlier is that I would want to just get all the stuff that they've done already out of the way. So they don't have to worry about it before. Because I think that we're all on a time limit here at some point. And of course to stock up on items and things like that, because some of our spells do require material components that have cost. But mainly, it's just to go back to civilization so we can get stuff. If we don't go back to civilization, Teresa wants to go to Mesro. So I'm just throwing out what she would want to do. So we've been trying to figure out what everyone wants to do at this point.
Options right now are Mesro. And then what else?
Artis. Who's downriver Taff, you said, right?
Yeah, that's right, Artis. Uh-huh.
What is Artis?
Didn't you say that?
Sereth and Xandala want to go find Artis.
Yeah.
Am I getting the name wrong?
Oh, okay. So Artus.
Artis.
Artus Cimber is Xandala's father.
Right.
And Xandala wants to find him. Sereth knows a bit more about why, but Sereth hasn't yet chosen to share any of that information. So I don't want to.
Yeah. That's downriver Taff, though.
No. So you see the river that's coming off of Oralunga?
Yeah, I thought that was the river Taff.
Oh,
okay.
That might be. Sorry, I can't see.
It is going towards the coast. There's some hexes blocking.
So the river from Oralunga actually
goes towards,
joins the river Taff. But yeah, so Artus left Oralunga a few days ago, like 2 or 3 days ago. So Xandala wants to try and catch up with him. Sereth wants to honor his commitment to Xandala to help her find her father.
And then there's some random side quests up at Port Nianzaro.
I mean, there's a bunch of side quests at Port Nianzaro. The only side quests you guys really still have active are potentially going back to Camp Vengeance to finish off what happened to the scouts that went to Umbala, which they're dead.
Right.
And then there's a quest to provide a map to the Lord's Alliance of Oralunga and Nangalore. Outside of that, you guys kind of ignored the rest of the quests.
Right, there was a quest to go hunt pirates out in the bay.
Yeah, there was a quest to hunt pirates. And I think outside of that, you have either resolved or didn't bite on any of the other quests enough to actually know what they are, if that makes sense.
The cave option, where is that on the map?
The mine?
The mine, yeah, sorry, not cave.
You guys don't know where the mine is right now.
Oh, okay.
So there was a guide.
Not a quest, right?
Hugh Hackenstone wanted to find people to help him retake his dwarven mine.
And then Marikana wants to go kill a dragon in the south.
No.
He wants to do something with that dragon. We don't know if it's, we don't know which of the Mary Bang kill it is.
Could be all three.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, we know he wants to kill a god.
Definitely want that.
So it's one of the other two for the dragon. So if we're doing things by proximity, then the thing that makes the most sense is to go after Artus because we're actually close and sort of on the trail.
That is a factually correct statement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
do
kind
it.
of on board with that one.
Also, one confusion I have that others may have answered previously. There's the soulmonger, which is capturing the souls as the people die. But there's also the death curse, which is killing people. Have we made any
Yeah,
correlation?
it's my understanding is that the death curse is the soulmonger sucking in the souls of people who had died but were raised.
So, what is happening? I'll lay it out for you guys. Is that any soul that would normally depart the material plane is being captured by the soulmonger.
Right.
People who have been resurrected from death by any means are withering. They're
Okay, gotcha.
slowly and you could probably assume that the soulmonger has something to do with that.
Like it's still.
And also, it
considered-
seems to be affecting places outside of Chult too.
It's affecting the entire
Yes.
world that you guys know of, right? So like the Sword Coast, whatever the hell they call the place that's in between the Sword Coast and the Unreachable East. I hate the names. Whatever. Yeah. Like
Unapproachable east or whatever.
Unapproachable East. There you go. Even though it's not that unapproachable. Like, how is it
Yeah.
unapproachable?
I
Anyway,
don't know.
it's kind of weird world building. Anyway, it's affecting everybody. The whole reason that all of you, or most of you, were contacted by Sandra Sylvain at the beginning was because, like, up in Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter, this shit was going down too. And everybody had figured out that Chult seemed like the place where it was originating from, but it's affecting everything. And you now know that this Asirak person has created that soulmonger thing and is trying to birth a new god via all of these souls.
Do we have a timer that we know about? Know how many days we have for side quests?
I am not going to. I am not going to force you into a hard-coded timer because I think that.
You're stupid.
Well, on a metagame level, if you follow the timeline that the rules as written give, it makes the entire jungle crawl. It sets the end of the game against the middle of the game, and I don't like that. So you know that people are going to die who have been resurrected. Some have, some haven't. The longer you take, the more people will die. That said, anybody who dies normally also gets sucked into this soulmonger thing. So,
but if eventually we free them, fine.
So
also,
there's a time pressure, but I'm not going to say that like you have 20 days.
Good, we can't make it by then.
Well, let's say if you take 6 months, it's going to be bad. But like, you want to try and be direct, but I'm not going to punitively fuck the whole world up just because you guys were like, oh, we have this quest we want to do. I'm trying to strike a balance, goddammit.
Yeah, right. From a metagame perspective, I understand.
The module is poorly written from this perspective.
Yeah.
They tried to do two completely different things.
Like, really big bad thing happening. Must stop now or as soon as possible.
Also, here's a whole hex crawl for you to explore. God damn it.
Right.
Yeah. So, at the risk of being a little railroady, do y'all want to go down the river and try and find Artus?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Take a long rest on your character sheets. I'm going to use the restroom very quickly, and then we will hopefully resolve tonight.
How do we take a long rest in
Go
Foundry?
to under your hit dice. There's a S rest and an L rest. Click L rest.
Gotcha.
It resets everything for you.
I can now rage again.
See, part of the reason
My
I'm
character sheet in Foundry says I'm still level 5, even though it updated to my level 6 stats.
You have to. What? I don't know.
I hope that doesn't matter, but give me 1 second. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to party splitting so that we have 3 to 5 people to make decisions instead of 8 to 10.
Yeah, I was curious. Metagame, like, should some people go down the river towards Artus and then other people go towards Mesro, or what?
I'm trying to be as un-railroady as possible, but let's get to the river and hopefully I can get us to a nice point to do the group split.
Cool. I didn't know if you had anything planned other than this point right now.
I very specifically have some stuff planned. I just, as usual, underestimated discussion time.
Sorry.
Because, I never learn. Where are you, Sebastian? You are level 5. Let's hit this. Let's hit import.
Boom. There.
Cool. Okay. So, travel montage. I don't have a party icon on here. I will fix that before next session. So you guys are in Orlunga. You guys take a long rest. Get the Triceratops packed up.
And I will find Steed. I don't get Greater Steed until much later.
Ooh.
I'll just walk faster than the steed.
What steed do you have?
The Gentleman Pirate.
Takes a form that you choose: a warhorse, a pony, a camel, an elk, or a mastiff.
Would you like a war dinosaur?
Mm-hmm.
An
ankylosaur?
Because you're in Chult and there's no horses here?
Well, I'm summoning a spirit that is taking a form.
Oh, well, get what you want. Treat yourself.
I feel like I should probably have looked at the stats of what these things do beforehand.
The elk is pretty badass, if I remember correctly. Is it just an elk, or is it like a great elk?
I summon one, and we'll retcon in exactly what it is later. I don't think it's going to matter this session.
Probably
if that's
not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You are mounted on an amorphous equine-looking thing.
Right.
So you get to ride next to your Triceratops. Let's see here. I'm going to very quickly cut. And come back just so I have manageable video files. So you guys are going to travel down the river. You're kind of following along the side of the river. You cross over, but you're kind of following along the hexes that show it. So you take about a day after the first day of traveling back from Orlunga. You camp and you guys also, now that you are out of that awful tomb, or that weird plane shifted space underneath the temple, at least the one good thing about it, poison gas and all, is that it wasn't swelteringly hot. Just want to note that, but it's just gross and chilled. But as you guys start your second day, about halfway through the day, you're following a path along the river, and you notice ahead of you a massive clearing on a little spit of land that juts out into the river. And we are going to switch to this map.
Is it a giant camp or is it a giant?
It's both.
Oh, crap.
Let me drag you guys out onto the map where you would be.
Still loading for me.
That's okay. I'm just getting you all out here. Sareth will be back here. Gale will be here.
Oh, also, it's approaching 12 a.m. here, so I'm probably going to have to get going soon.
This is the last thing I have planned for the evening. Is anybody...
A giant combat?
I mean, it shouldn't be that giant.
Okay.
Is anybody not on the map who's here?
I'm still at 90%.
It's still loading.
It's loaded for me.
Not loading. 90%. Oh, there we go.
Cool.
Just me. Okay. There we go.
So, you guys are coming down this pathway. I will let you all decide how you want to do this, but you notice on this bit of land ahead of you, a bunch of trees have been cleared, and you can hear the sound of what sound like some very large creatures in the clearing in front of you.
Continue walking?
Does
Greet them?
I think we should roll stealth.
well, the person with the super stealth spell is Sareth. The other person that could scout really easily would have been Kellic.
So you
Hang on.
saying pass without trace?
Yeah.
What? I'm pretty sure. Let me just check my spellbook.
Are
real
those
quick.
giants we're looking at?
Yeah. Giant camp.
Prepared. I have invisibility,
Oh, well, how good's your stealth?
but I can only cast it twice. So
Might I make a suggestion?
You might.
It's a lot easier to stealth if you have a big dumb idiot making everyone look at him.
he's got a point, and I get a feeling that we're not gonna get through this without a fight,
I mean,
one way or another.
We could try to talk to them, right? Instead of assuming
We could, but let's just assume that's not gonna work. If it does, that'll be wonderful. If not,
Well, I was saying
Eldritch Cannon.
I'm going to go say hello, and then you stab them in the back of the face.
I'll go with armoring because I don't appreciate stealth.
Just remember, guys, a kind answer turneth away wrath. Once wrath is looking the other direction, shoot it in the head.
Ouch.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and roll stealth.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my gun.
See, don't I have a really nice skill for this?
I hope you're not thinking of intimidation.
I was just going to say.
So as you reach the clearing, Marcana, you see, I mean, obviously you can see it on the map, but you see two giants sitting on logs. This clearing, obviously, at least these two giants deforested this whole spit of land, created a camp. It looks like there are more spots for places for giants to sleep than there are giants here currently. You can also just make out behind them there is a cage with what looks like two figures bound inside that cage.
We were looking for two people, right? Artist came with someone?
You're just looking for artists.
We're just...
If you're metagaming, Dragon Bait does not exist in this campaign.
Greetings, good sirs.
And the giants just watch you approach without moving too much.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do they even speak common?
No, they speak common.
Oh.
Oh, that's Daminar. Sorry, I'm trying to move other NPCs. Let's see. Gale, you notice that once Xandala can get in view of that cage, she definitely is a lot more agitated. But as you guys all filter into this clearing here, the two giants look at all of you and are just kind of like, there's a male giant, that's the one to the west, and a female giant to the east. And they all kind of watch you with a very bemused expression. Keep in mind these guys are about 35 feet tall.
Marcana, get back here.
They look at the group of you, and the female giant notices Xandala in the background and goes, "Are you Artus' daughter?" And Xandala kind of thinks for a minute and says, "Yes, I am." And then the main female giant over here says, "My name is Bludahaga. This is Drunir. We want to find out if you are better at fighting than your father."
Why does everything have to revolve to combat?
They are frost giants.
Are they asking Xandala specifically or us as a group?
I don't think it matters at this point.
Well, Xandala walks forward, just kind of sneering, and it looks like she's getting ready to fire a spell. If anybody, do you want to ask the giants, or what do you want to do, Sebastian?
I would like to whisper to Xandala.
I would like to rage immediately.
I'd like to cast Emboldening Bond on the people nearby with me, too.
Okay, so I'm going to put a pin in everything. Sebastian, you were the first to ask a question. Do you want to address the giants, or Xandala, or anyone?
I was addressing the giants. Are they asking Xandala specifically, or are they asking all of us?
So Drunir, the other giant who hasn't spoken yet, also stands up and says, "Tin Man, you can fight with Artus' daughter. We don't care."
Tin Man, you have no heart.
I have a heart. The heart's on the shield.
It's right
Where
here.
my heart?
It's right here. And so the giants are just pretty much standing and ready to fight. And they're pretty much waiting for you guys to make a move. You all get the feeling that this is some sort of weird, giant, honor-bound thing.
What are the terms of the fight?
Bloodhaga just kind of stares at you with a flat expression and says, "We win or you win."
To the death?
With
Or would
Daminar.
you like us to spare your lives? Yeah, sorry.
For the princess?
And Drunir to that says, "If we die, it is better than Chult."
That's probably a good point.
With the Soulmonger active?
So we're just gonna step out over here and
So, Owen, you wanted to emboldening bond people? Owen?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, how many people does that affect?
It's anyone within a 30-foot radius of me currently, and then those people as you move, as long as you're like,
Oh, it's the
if you're
chain
connected
thing.
with, yeah. So it's basically Teresa, Sebastian.
It's everybody except Murakana, because of course Murakana went on the far side of the map. Cool. So everybody except Murakana has emboldening bond.
And Sereth.
And Sereth, but Sereth is gonna. We'll see how active Sereth is.
We have to stay within 30 feet, or
No. So
it's just one.
Now that you have it, as long as you're connected to somebody nearby, with within 30 feet who I cast it on, you have the ability.
Cool.
Did you include my speed?
What?
Am I still on my
horse?
If you want to be.
Okay. So does the bond work on the horse too?
Sure. So at this point, the giants are ready to throw down. I'll say, is anybody gonna? You have like one action before we're gonna say combat starts.
I was just gonna ask Xandala if that was her father in the cage.
And she says that's him.
Assumption affirmed.
I mean, didn't she already say that? But okay.
Cool.
Murakana overhears that and screams, "For Papa!" And immediately rages. Okay. Emphasis on the rage.
Well, let's just add all y'all to combat, and we'll just get a combat order going. Does anybody want to control Xandala or Sereth in combat, or do you want me to do it?
Got it.
I didn't expect that we'd actually run into frost giants in Schult. And the one time we do with someone who knows giant, it's immediately a fight.
Let's see here. Looking for initiative from some of you. Gail, Murakana, Sebastian, Teddy, Teresa.
If I can remember,
try to remember where this is.
I can also hit the button to do it for you.
Oh, there it is.
If you look in the little combat pane, the little fist, you can actually just click the die next to your name.
Oh, well, that's handy.
Isn't it? So many dice. Cool. Yeah. Like I said, does anybody want to play Sereth or Xandala, or do you want me to do it?
So emboldening bond only affects 2 creatures. 2 willing creatures.
And me? No. Emboldening bond. Any number of willing creatures within 30 feet of you.
Then I have a different thing.
He's using
create a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. While bonded, any creature is within 30 feet of another. The creature can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw.
Yeah, the one I found was exactly the same thing except for 2 willing creatures.
Well, let's just go with everybody so we can do stuff.
Cool. I was just curious.
Cool. So I'm just going to say that at this point the giants are going to start moving forward to attack because they're going to do that. They have a movement of that many feet, and they immediately Drunir wades right in here. He actually comes about right here, and he's going to attack Xandala. Because why wouldn't he attack Artus' daughter?
Oh, no, he didn't.
Make an attack. What the fuck just happened? And he manages to miss her on his first attack with the great axe. He swings his big old axe and she kind of dodges out of the way. He attacks one more time. And that one hits and whacks her kind of nice. And actually kind of knocks her back a little bit as the blow hits her. Let's see here. The next turn is going to be... Does anybody want to play Sereth or no? I'm going to say that's a no, and I'm going to move Sereth to the end of the combat because I have not figured out what I'm going to do with her yet. Sebastian, it is your turn. And Bloodhaga will be up next.
Something like this.
After Bloodhaga will be Deminar.
I will attack Dernier. Actions. I don't remember how to do this.
Go to your... Are you trying to do a melee attack or a spell?
Melee.
Go to your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
And click on your weapon. And roll the die. So a 15 hits for 11 damage. So you jab him in the leg while you're riding by.
Make a second attack.
That'll hit. You stab him again for 8 damage.
And then I bet re-importing my character sheet deleted the thing I made for my Polar Master attack.
It's under features, Polearm Master Opportunity Attack.
That's actually something else. I get an opportunity attack when somebody enters my reach. It's
Polearm Master, very bottom. On the very bottom of the features. That doesn't roll, so you just need to do another attack roll, right? Oh, yeah, Polearm Master bonus attack under weapons.
Oh, is it under weapons?
Yeah, it's at the very top, I think.
I don't see it. Unarmed strike, spear, longsword, javelin.
Weird. Okay, just roll another spear attack then.
Okay. It does let D4 instead of D6.
Yeah. Use the damage I rolled for you.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's probably a refresh thing.
Oh, that's a damage roll.
How do you feel about a 27?
Critical? That sounds pretty awesome.
So let's see, that attack, that first damage, so if we take your bonus damage, that would be 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7.
Okay, and since it's a crit, I'm going to go ahead and Divine Smite.
Of course you are.
which I think is D8. Let me go find it again. Yep. So we'll convert a first level spell. Since it's a crit, it becomes 48. Another 22.
Goddamn paladins. So you blast him. I think that's your whole turn. As you just
Yes.
stab the shit out of him with your spear and then divine him with your spear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be Bloodhaga's turn, followed by Daminar. Bloodhaga is going to attack you, Murakana.
Yes.
And he is going to attack twice. With all the dice. Let's see, he attacks for
shit.
20 and then 27 and does... are you raging?
I am raging because
You
that
did
was
declare,
the
so
first
you
thing
take
I did.
15 damage off the first hit and... let's see, 9 damage off the second hit. So 15 and 9. As
63.
she just walks up to you and double axe handles your face. So that's fun for her. It is Daminar's turn.
I'm going to run over here. And I'm going to attack. I'm going to do 2 attacks. And I'm going to stunning strike anything I hit. I'm not going to hit that one. I assume a 13 doesn't hit.
No, 15 is your target.
Oh, wait, I get the plus D4 for emboldened.
Fifteen will hit.
All right. And he's got to make a DC 14 Constitution save, which he'll probably make. But
Where's your damage?
I'm rolling it.
7?
7.
Okay, let's do the damage. So 7
wait,
damage.
why am I doing that? I need to be doing versatile damage.
And then Constitution saving throw?
DC 14.
I think he's good.
Did that save?
She's good. Or, well, Dronir did that one, but yeah. That's a good save.
Second attack. Hit. Right. Alright, I'm not going to bother with the stunning strike. I'm going to spend the second key point to flurry.
Okay.
And attack him twice more. And this is all, magic damage, if it matters.
It doesn't for Frost Giants. Miss.
No. What do I get?
That'll hit. Do you get that every time? I thought you got it once.
Is it just once? I thought it was...
Oh, and can you look that up and then we'll figure it out?
Yeah.
Is it one time you get to add a d4, or is it continuous? Or is it once per turn?
I think it's once per turn.
Okay, then this one misses. So no 6 damage. And then my last attack...
Yeah, you can add the d4 no more than once per turn.
That last one hits.
That one hit. Oh my gosh.
So you're just a wushu master. Dronir is starting to look a little bloodied. You guys have been smacking him. It is Xandala's turn. After Xandala will be Murakana. What is Xandala gonna do? Well, you guys are all bunched up, so she can't do that. She is going to Firebolt Dronir. Why not pile on? And that will miss, so that's unfortunate. And then
she's bonded.
Huh?
She's bonded. She could spend her D4
Oh,
to get a 1 and hit.
and hit. So she'll do 12 fire damage. And then she'll move behind this log. And that is her turn. It is Murakana's turn. I wonder what he is going to do.
Oh, that did not work. That was... What the fuck? Hold that thought.
A D4 will not help you there.
You just multi-attacked with the Great Axe.
Yeah, I have no idea what I did there.
But you attack at disadvantage with all of your attacks. So, let's see.
Why am I attacking disadvantage?
Because you're not using the axe of Tlocas Popolocas.
Oh, God, I gotta kill that thing.
You should maybe tell somebody about it at some point.
So they can give you the axe back.
Or so that anybody can do anything about it. We had this conversation already.
Yeah.
So the 17 hits, because although you're disadvantaged, they're both there. You do 11 damage. The 9 does not hit. So that, I think, are you going to move at all?
I mean, where am I going to move?
Teddy's turn. Gale, you're up.
Alrighty.
Blast him! Blast him!
Well, the first thing we're going to do is...
It's Teddy's turn, then you're on deck. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Take care, Denier.
Here. I'm gonna
do
cast...
something.
Where's my stuff? Sorry, 1 second. Spellbook. Where's my... Cool. I'm gonna do spiritual weapon. So I feel like doing that. Roll it.
So you create a floating spectral weapon. I'm assuming you create it next to Drunir and are attacking Drunir?
Yep.
Cool. You should think in the future about what your spiritual weapon is. Whatever it is, it fails to hit Drunir. It bounces off of his leather armor. So I think that's your action, bonus action, and movement, right?
Yeah.
Cool. It is Gale's turn. Teresa is up next.
Wait, he moved and he cast spiritual weapon?
He cast spiritual weapon,
That's
bonus attacked with spiritual weapon, and moved.
Spiritual weapon is a bonus to cast spell, isn't it?
It's a bonus. I think it's a bonus to cast the spell and then to use it on the same turn. That's like your full turn. Now, like next turn, I could.
I thought it got the attack for free in the turn that you cast it.
Oh, you do make a melee spell attack within 5 feet of the weapon. Okay. So do you have a full action you want to do that's not casting a spell from where you're moved?
Or you could cast cantrip.
Yeah. But my foreign. Where's let me see.
You're 10 feet from the guy.
Well, I'm gonna go to Xandala. And do where's it? Sorry, my computer's kind of freezing up a little bit. I'm gonna cast guidance. If I can.
So you're giving her guidance?
Yeah.
Guidance only applies to a skill roll? Or one ability check?
Any to one ability check of its choice. The end.
Okay. It is Gale's turn.
All right. So we are going to, since we already have that gun, duck out to over there. And yeah, we'll help Americana out. So if I can remember where this is, it would be under there. Oh, Eldritch Cannon, it's right in front of me.
Are you summoning it as a handgun or a turret?
Oh, the handheld one.
Okay.
I thought it was right in front of me. I'm trying to figure out where I've got this thing put down as a weapon.
So there's Eldritch Cannon Force Ballista, Eldritch Cannon Protector.
Wait, this isn't actually on my I forgot this isn't on my character sheet. It's
under
on the token, and I need to roll it from there.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. I just need to remember that that's how to actually use the damn thing.
I'll try and fix it up. I'm assuming you're using Force Ballista?
Features. Yep. Spellbook, there we go. For attack. Oh, hey, 26 to attack.
That's a crit.
All right.
So that's
max damage times 2. Okay.
Wait, 2d8 plus, so 16 plus 4?
Or hang on. So 2d8, yeah, so I rolled a 2d8, I got an 8 on one, I got a 4 on the other. So that's the 2d8, and
so
then
so
double from the crit.
24. So sorry, it's
Yeah.
24.
All right,
Nice.
yeah.
So 24
nice,
damage
nice.
to Bloodhugger. She takes that hit and looks pissed. Is that your turn, or do you have a bonus action? Or no, you summoned you created the Eldritch Turret, which I'm going to say is a full action.
That's the bonus.
And the bonus action is the attack.
I thought the bonus was to summon it.
The rules are unclear. I'm going to say the first time you summon it, it's full action. And you get a bonus to action the first time you summon it. And I will retcon that later when I get a chance to look at the rules more.
Alright. Yeah, I'll look at that later. Yeah, that's it for now.
Cool. It is Teresa's turn. She left, but she did want to upcast Mind Whip on both of them. So we are going to... High levels, when you use the third slot, so she's going to use the third level slot.
Sorry, it's one action, going off the thing. Create Eldritch Cannon.
Creating it?
Yeah, one action.
Okay, so let's see here. Creating it's an action, and the bonus action is the attack, right?
If it's a remote turret, yeah, it's
if
bonus
it's
to
your
attack.
turret to attack, it's a full action.
I think it's just a regular action. Yeah.
Okay. So Teresa mind whips Dronir. Let's see. It must make an intelligence saving throw. It Dronir does not pass that and takes 13 damage. And Dronir is starting to look pretty bloodied. I wasn't quite expecting the little people to do this much damage. And next turn it can't take a reaction, and next turn it has to either move, act, or bonus act. On higher levels, you can target one additional creature. So Bloodhugger is going to make her intelligence save. Also fails. So she also takes 13 damage and also only gets to do one thing on her turn. Mind Whip's a cool spell. It is now Drunir's turn. Drunir is angry, and he's going to hit the monk in front of him. Because that's the way he's facing, and he can't move. So let's see here. He is going to multi-attack with his Great Axe. First hit. Second hit.
Yikes.
Those both hit. Yeah.
How you doing, Daminar?
Not. Oh, why is that one green? Yeah. Oh, I'm down.
You're unconscious?
Oh yeah.
So
By one.
the giant smacks the shit out of you. And yeah, on your next turn, you're going to, I guess, make a death saving throw, huh?
Sweet.
Cool. Let's see. I skipped Sereth. Sereth's stuck in the bushes. What is Sereth going to do? Sereth is going to...
Summon a bear, become a bear.
All the bear.
Sneak over and open the cage.
What's the range? The person in the cage is passed out.
Oh.
They're unconscious. What is the range? 60 feet. Cool. So Sereth is going to sneak to the edge of the woods, and Daminar, you are going to get healing worded.
Yes.
If that ever rolls. Normal. Does healing word upcast?
It can.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much anything can upcast.
Well,
maybe not.
Some spells.
Nah.
Well, I mean, you can use a higher level spell slot for any spell. You just don't know
That's true.
benefit for doing it.
I meant like all of the ones with dice generally have something.
There you go. Take 10 healing.
Woo.
Daminar.
I'm at 10.
And that's healing word is a bonus action. Can he do a cantrip? And he's going to produce flame at Drunir. Kind of lobbing a firebolt over there. And that will miss. It is now Sebastian's turn.
All right. Dernier knocked down my friend, so he's going to get attacked.
So if I'm still prone, you don't get advantage, right?
Hey,
Even though I woke up?
Foot reach.
Are you talking about flanking?
Yes.
Yeah, flanking.
I'm going to say you are not a threat right now. You have to stand up to be a threat.
Right, okay.
Does 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Okay.
So, your first 12 damage lands.
And the nat 1 will miss. And the bonus attack.
Jesus. It's a hell of a bonus attack. Oops. He's not dead. What is happening?
You moved the token.
I know. Junior's looking real bad. That bonus attack kind of whacked him pretty good. You can do anything else?
That's it.
It is Bloodhugga's turn. Since she can only move, attack, or bonus act, she's gonna double attack the barbarian. This should be fun.
46 damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
$27 and a 21 both hit. You take 15 and 7 damage.
Must be nice being resistant.
Just a massive sponge of whatever.
I would like to point out that it was 46 damage, though.
He's raging.
No, I know, but it was 46 damage
Oh, yeah.
that he took half of.
It's fantastic, isn't it? I have a question about Barbarian because I'm confused now, and it's probably because I'm exhausted as hell from not sleeping the last few days. I chose the path of the or Totem Warrior, so Bear. I don't get Frenzy, do I?
You do not get the
No,
frenzy.
that's like Reckless, Barbarian, Crazy, or
Right.
the other one. I also took off 10 hit points because you don't have the axe. So you don't get those bonus hit points.
Oh, I forgot about that crap.
It is Daminar's turn.
All right, I'm going to try and lay this guy out, hopefully.
So half your movement to stand up.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
12
and now I
will
have
miss.
advantage. I have advantage.
Oh, 25 will hit.
Oops, not that. I want this. There we go. That's better.
Okay, 12 damage.
Second attack.
That'll hit. That was pretty shitty.
Key point to flurry.
Okay.
There's a crit. I'll take that.
There you go.
Wasn't terrible, but 18.
How do you kill a giant?
All right, so one attack buckles his knee, and then I'm going to plant the staff on the ground as he falls with his head impaled on it.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Let's see. It is Xandala's turn.
I can move. I can still move another 25, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know if I should do this, but I'm going to go over here and give Americana flanking.
Oh, you're killing me. Okay.
No?
No, do it.
Okay. I mean, I might die, but that's cool.
No, it just changes what Xandala's going to do on her turn. Murakana, you're up after Xandala.
She was going to fireball right where you're standing.
Well, she was going to fireball, but she's not going to fireball now.
How much movement did you have left?
That was 20. I mean, technically it's 27, but 25. So 5. I was counting it. 5, 10, 15. Okay.
I'm going to say you have to make an acrobatics. Oh, no, he's dead.
I can't make it there anyway. It's fine.
It's too far.
It's too far. I'll stay where I'm at. It's fine.
Well, cool. That lets Xandala actually do a thing. Guess what she's going to do?
Fireball.
Fireball. She's going to shoot it towards the back of Bloodhaga so it doesn't hit anybody else.
Does Bloodhaga have boots of escaping?
This is a honor fight to the death.
That was a joke. That was
1v7.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Let's make that DC 14.
DM kills self and so Xandala torches with a fireball. If anybody else wants to start throwing fireballs around, by the way, y'all can play Xandala. She's totally available.
I feel like Seraph would object to that comment.
Murakana, it's your turn. Hey, you hit.
All right, now for... Did that go through?
Where did your other damage roll go?
I have no idea what just happened.
Okay, so the second one misses. What is your damage?
I thought my first one was a double. I'm so confused.
Are you hitting the attack button as opposed to...
Yeah, I think I hit the attack
So if
button.
you just hit the icon for the axe itself, it'll just roll all of it at once.
Oh, let me try this.
How does that work with versatile weapons? Out of curiosity. Maybe I should try that next time.
Don't know. I'm just going to take whatever your damage roll is. So you do 7 damage.
God, I'm sucking.
Well, you know, it happens to all of us.
But it's what you're sucking that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty sucky turn. Are you going to move at all?
Nope, I'm going to stand here and be a fucking meat sponge.
Cool, it is Teddy's turn.
Might want to go heal the meat sponge.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer, and then correct me if I'm wrong. I've never used this before. So the spiritual weapon is still around. It's a minute long, right? So it's still okay. So I'm first gonna use healing word on Americana.
So the downside of spiritual weapon is that using it is a bonus action, and healing word is also a bonus action. So if you cast a spell, you won't be able to use a spiritual weapon.
You can you downsize your action to a bonus action?
No.
No.
Well, all right. I'm gonna do healing word. Healing word on Americana.
Don't you have like? Am I thinking of the wrong game? There's no lay on hands, is there?
There is for me.
There is for
There's
paladins.
for you.
Not
Channel
for cleric.
divinity.
Yeah, no, I don't have that.
Channel divinity.
Oh, you're thinking of the life cleric.
That would be the life. What kind of cleric is he? Where are you?
He's peace domain.
Peace.
That's not on the players.
No, it's in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Okay, do whatever. Sorry. If you want to do healing word, do healing word. So on the HPs, Murakami.
Yes.
So that was your movement and your bonus action. Are you gonna take a full action?
Yeah, I think I can still cast this. Oh, just kidding.
What are you trying to cast?
I was gonna do inflict wounds, but that's I gotta be right next to the guy, which I don't want to do.
Also, since you cast a spell as a bonus action, the only thing you can still cast is a cantrip.
Right.
Toll the Dead. You do
wait,
have
say that again. What?
Toll the Dead.
Okay. 2d8.
Just hit the Toll the Dead thing and it'll just roll the whole thing for you.
Yeah.
Well, except it should be D12s because he's wounded.
He's wounded.
What did it roll? 2d8, so it should be 2d12.
2d12.
Switch it though. What is?
So it rolled 2d8. I don't know what the.
Well, I understand like because he's damaged. It's a 2d12, but I don't know how to change it from 2d8 to 2d12 on the.
I wonder if alt roll. Whoa, that's how you do that.
Oh.
Alt roll. Okay.
Yeah, so under the spell, there's an alt roll option.
Interesting. Okay, that must be the same thing for versatile too. Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel about 14 damage, Owen?
I feel okay with that.
I'm gonna just use that then.
Wisdom save though.
Oh, wisdom save? Shit.
Yeah. If he makes the save, it negates it.
It's 0 damage. Yeah. She.
Well, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about 14 damage?
Bloodhaga is not happy about it. Let's see here. It is Gale's turn, and then I'll do something with Teresa after that.
All right. This is a solid distance, so let's repeat the process, shall we? And go for hitting Bloodhogger. Do this right the first time again. A 15 for 7.
15 for 7 damage.
Yep.
You hit.
Oh, I also haven't been paying attention to this, but if the target is a creature, it's pushed 5 feet away.
Oh shit! Pushing a giant.
Shit, son.
Alrighty. And this is where I would say some snide remark in Giant to make use of that, but I don't have the energy to think of one right now.
Cool.
But yeah, no, that's it.
Let's see, what does Teresa have prepared? She has Chromatic Orb. That seems like a good thing for her to cast. Teresa will move here next to Xandala and cast Chromatic Orb. And I'm assuming we're going to do fire damage because it's a nice giant. And 24 will hit and do 15 damage. And Bloodhaga is not doing well at all. It is... I'm going to say Sereth's turn, but I don't... Sereth's stuck in the weeds. Sebastian, it's your turn.
Alright. I will roll my 1d4 and add it to the attack from whatever his peace domain thing deal was. That probably doesn't make it a hit, though.
Nope.
Unless they have really bad AC.
They have an AC of 15.
Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway.
It wouldn't have made a difference.
Alright, well, next attack is a nat 1. Okay, then.
You're doing fantastic.
Bonus attack?
Hey!
So 9 damage.
Alright, that's my turn.
Sorry. Hey, it's Bloodhogga's turn. And she can do whatever she wants. She's gonna move...
I'm right here.
Now, if I leave your threatening range, that's what provokes the attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And is spear a 10
5
foot?
foot.
It's a 5 foot?
Nope, 5 foot.
Well, she's going to turn around and try and hit you, Sebastian.
Alright, good deal.
So with 2 swings of her axe, she misses and misses.
Double crit miss.
God. Double crit miss. What does that even mean? It is Daminar's turn.
I'm going to run over here. I have 55 movement, so if I need to walk around stuff, that's fine. And I'm going to attack her until she dies.
Hey!
24 and 12.
You did another one. How do you
Oh,
kill this
wow.
one?
That was easy. I'm going to run, bounce off of Marikana's head to get up to her face, and slide the rain stick of Umbala up through her nose and lobotomize her.
Oof.
Ooh.
And then I'm just going to hang on and plant my feet on her chest as she falls to the ground, and then pull it out and wipe it off.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross.
Congratulations, you guys have killed Drunir and Bloodhaga. I'm just gonna narrate just a little bit and then end the session because it's 12:40 for me. So Xandala walks over quickly to the cage, busts it open, and unties and drags out the beaten body of the man you assume is Artus Cimber. You notice that Artus, his left arm, despite all of the, he's bruised, he's bloodied, he's beaten. You also notice his left arm has been cut off mid forearm, and so there's just a roughly cauterized stump where his arm is. And you see, as Xandala realizes that his left hand is missing, she just kind of looks to the side and kind of spits out just, couldn't save us when they were alive, and now he can't even fucking bring me the ring. And she just kind of slumps down next to him, just kind of despondent. Obviously, she was expecting there to be a left hand and something on it, on Artus Cimber. There is probably going to be another person in that cage, but I'm going to leave that be for now, just because we may or may not be adding another player to the party. And I think I'm going to close it there. I will probably text everybody over Discord to figure out where we go from here, because I think there's a pretty good split that's going to happen, but I'll probably just write it out so everybody can read it at the same time, and we can maybe text RP a little of it just to get a feel for what's going to happen next. I think I'm going to end it there. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was fun. This seems to work a little bit better than Roll20. So
yeah, if I can just remember the